Welcome to the Prep Reporters, brought to you by FFN Network. I'm your host, David Summeys, and joining us today is Coach Devine from South Point High School. We're here at Timeout, where you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, guys. So come out here and check them out at Timeout in Dallas, North Carolina. So, Coach, I'd like to just say congratulations again. You're, defending state champion. What do you see going into this year? How do you plan on defending that championship? To get back there to Chapel Hill again this year and win it for a second year in a row.
Well, as far as being defending state champion, that quarter will get us a cup of coffee. I mean, you still got to go out there and play every Friday night, and it just puts a bigger target on your back. You're going to get everybody's best shot. What we tried to do is we tried to, get our kids to. Train like they finished second. We want to act like we finished first, but train like we finished second. We've had a great off season in the weight room. We've had good camp up at Mars Hill, and then of course the past 3 weeks we've been getting after it, trying to get ready for Clover.
I hear that. So yeah, you mentioned Clover. You start out this week playing Clover. Clover's a big school down in South Carolina. One of the top programs down there. What's your take on this week's game? What are you looking to, see out of your kids' first game? Like I said, coming back, defending state champ. What are you looking forward to seeing?
Obviously we want to play fast and physical. I mean, that's the bottom line. You got to block and tackle and be solid in your kicking game. As far as Coach Jett and his crowd, the Eagles are going to be tough. They play fast. They're a physical bunch. They get in that double wing, come right at you. They're not fancy. They're just a lot like we are. They got a bunch of big raw bone kids that come downhill, and they got good skilled people that get on the corner on you, or try to get on the corner on you. And we've got to do a good job of containing their rush, containing the run on the outside, play physical up front, and don't let the fullback beat us. And they got your quarterback back, who is a very good athlete. And we went down there and watched him against South Point out of Rock Hill, and he does a good job of running their offense.
You mentioned quarterbacks. I know last year you had Josh Justice, and he's gone this year, so you're bringing in a new quarterback. How's that going for you? I mean, is everything looking pretty good right now with the new quarterback? Is he fitting in well?
Well, right now we got 2 kids been running. Patrick Horn been running, getting most of the reps, and Mitchell Painter. Been getting some reps in there at quarterback. Patrick is a kid that backed up Josh last year. He played a lot of backup roles, got a lot of snaps in that capacity. It takes time to get enough reps where you feel comfortable. Patrick's done a good job so far. We just need to see some more live bullets, and he's certainly going to get that in the next 2 weeks when we go against Clover and Lincoln.
Oh yeah. 2 big matchups there for you. Also, you got a big change at running back. You had Crumley there last year, who set the record for most touchdowns in the season. He's gone also this year, so another kind of big position for you. Quarterback and running back positions are pretty big for you at South Carolina, that power game. And so, who you got coming at running back to step up for?
Well, we lost 2 running backs. We lost Aaron Crumley at fullback, and then Scotty McWhirter at the other wing back. We have Josh Heiss returning, and Josh certainly will continue to in the starter's role at wing back. At fullback, replacing Aaron Crumley is going to be the biggest thing. You take 90 touchdowns away over 3 years. That's a big task, but we feel comfortable with Troy Leeper. Troy filled in for Aaron when he had that sprained ankle up at T.C. Roberson and rushed for 179 yards. So we feel real good about him. He had several games over 100 yards as a backup. I take the Crest game. Crumley had 130 and Troy had 100 yards rushing at the fullback position against Crest. So we feel solid. Troy's going to be able to come in there and step up. One of the biggest concerns is replacing 2 senior starters on the offensive line, and we had 2 sophomores start and a junior last year. J.J. Burns was a junior. He'll be a senior this year. and then Jordan Kagan at center will return, as well as Jeffrey Loing. He returns. So we've got 2 spots to fill. We have another Loing board. Chuck Loing is going to fill a spot, and you know, at that other tackle spot, we may use a boy named J.R. Stewart, who we call the General. Yeah, he's a real serious type of guy, hard-working guy, and you know, that's his nickname. Coach Lineberg's got a nickname for all of them. But you know, Cooper Johnson is a kid that can come in there and play tackle for us. Alex Norris is a kid that ought to see some snaps up front. So you know, we feel good about where we're at as far as that's concerned. You know, got a few kids dinked up in first scrimmage, so you know, there might be a fill-in or two. At the scrimmage, we actually had Loing out. Jeffrey Loing missed our scrimmage, so his first day back was today, and you know, so you know, that offensive line, you got to solidify him. Anytime you lose 4,500 yards of offense out of Justice and Crumley, obviously those are big holes. But you know, in our offense, we don't want to replace anybody. We want other people to step up.
All right, we talked a little bit about the offense. Now, what you got going on defense? You know, coming this year.
Well, defensively, we had 9 returners, 2 of which we took over on the offense. Troy Lieber started at nose for us. He'll go to fullback, and then Patrick Horn played an outside linebacker for me, and he's going to move over to the offense. So really, we basically have 7 guys returning, and we got to replace those 2. We have Patrick Truesdale and Jalen Porter at a corner. Both those guys will return. We're going to get some help at free safety. We have to replace a senior, the Crawford kid that graduated, and he's going to end up going to Livingston. We're going to replace him with Justice Watkins. He won the 100-yard dash this spring, and he's a big, tall kid that can run like a deer. And you know, the biggest question for him is he going to step up and kiss somebody in the mouth? So if he'll play fast and physical, then he'll do a great job, because he certainly got, you know, 6'2", 200 pounds. He looks the part. Now we just got to get him to play the part. And we got a freshman that's going should help us, Tristan Fogarty. You know, he's going to be right behind Watkins. You know, Tristan came off of an undefeated 8th grade team last year. We think about moving him and playing. And Camden Russell, who transferred in or actually moved in our district, was the starting quarterback at North Gaston. You know, he should see some time in the secondary to take Patrick's spot and moved across. Of course, we got Josh Allman on the other side of the outside linebacker, so we're pretty solid right there. Got kid Wes Rowe, Evan Howard, Nate Webster is a senior who can help us in the secondary. He's got some experience. So you know, those positions in the secondary are pretty solid. At linebacker is probably the most solid position that we have. We got 5 linebackers to play 2 spots. 2 starting linebackers, senior Rod Williams, who's an all-conference player, and then at Sam linebacker we got Jordan Forney, and Jordan is a kid that was the MVP of the championship game on the defensive side. He had about 6 tackles against the run, and you know, our ability to stop the run in that game was a big turnaround in the second half. We had, you know, I don't know if anybody watched the game, but we had about 6 3-and-outs in a row there from the middle of the second quarter till the very last 2 minutes. So the first down that South Johnson got was with 2 minutes left, and a lot of that has to do with stopping and running these linebackers. We got two junior linebackers in Derek Dion, and then Jonathan Ascanio. There'll be 2